Hi, I'm Michelle. Welcome to my channel. I am here to do some 5-star predictions, and I'm a little bit nervous about this. So if you've seen my recent reading updates, vlogs, you'll know that I have been a little disappointed in some highly anticipated reads. And so why not look to my shelves and do a 5-star prediction? Because I'm predicting how I feel about books so well lately. I just decided let's do this. Let's do it. Let's pick out some ones that are going to be 5-star. And I'll tell you the first one that kind of spurred this is Evil Eye by EA Fromom. I'm starting this today as a buddy read with my friend Maria. Maria is probably one of the first people that I connected with that doesn't have a booktube channel. I met her through Krista's channel at Books and Jams, through her book club, I think, or reading retreat. All of it leads back to Krista. Krista's great at connecting people. So we are reading Evil Eye, and I have heard all good things about this book. I haven't heard any bad things about this book. I've heard it makes you cry. I'm not a crier with books. I don't know, I'm not really a crier with movies either, but we'll see. So Evil Eye is about a young mother who is also a professor at a local college in North Carolina, I think, and she is experiencing a marriage that is very different than what her mother experienced. It sounds like her mother's marriage was volatile. But something happens on campus that somehow threatens our main character's life, profession. Not really sure. Don't want to read too much into the synopses. I feel like these days it's best if I go in without reading too much. But like I said, I've heard nothing but good things about this. I was very surprised when I went on Goodreads, and this rating is a 3.96. I actually thought it would be a little bit higher based on what I've heard, but I also know Goodreads is very subjective, and yeah. So I'm still going into this with hopes of a 5-star. I rate books based on my experience in reading them, and so also doing a buddy read with Maria is gonna make the experience even better. So there's Evil Eye is one of my 5-star predictions. Another one that I've heard nothing but good things about is Mame by Jessica George. I got this from Book of the Month and have heard amazing things about this. It is about a young woman who her mom spends a lot of time in Ghana, and her father has Parkinson's, and so Mame becomes kind of a caregiver to her father, which y'all know that's kind of my catnip in stories these days, because I was a caregiver for my mother for many years. And again, nothing but good things about this book, and I've been meaning to get to it ever since I got it, which was in February 2023. It's been a year, over a year. So this is a 5-star prediction. On Goodreads, it has a 4.07 rating, which is what I expected. And one of the outliers that I'm going to put in this is called Revival Season by Monica West. I've had this on my shelf for a while. And I recently saw Mercedes at, I forget what her channel name is, I'll put it below. She listed this as a book that she wants to read this summer, and it just reminded me, hey, I've got that on my bookshelf. So I pulled it out, and I remembered that I did start this at some point and got distracted, as I do. But it's basically about a young girl who is the daughter of a Baptist preacher in the South, and they go on these revival drives through the South during the summer, I think. And it's basically about her seeing kind of two sides of her father. It has a 3.65 rating on Goodreads, which I haven't heard that much about this. So it's not too surprising. I also should say, as I think about this, that I don't typically have similar feelings that the majority of people on Goodreads, and as you've probably noticed from my other videos, I have kind of unexpected responses to books. Is that the way to put it? I don't usually have the same reaction to books as kind of the popular majority. So at 3.65, it doesn't concern me too much in predicting this as a 5-star read. So there's that. Now, you may be saying, okay, Michelle, you're new to all this. You're new to BookTube. You're new to sharing your books and your ratings. So what do I consider a 5-star read? I have shown a couple here that have been recent 5-star reads for me, and I will put pictures of them here, that just to give you some examples of books that I have rated 5 stars. I will link below my video where I kind of go into length about my review for Brotherless Night, which just recently won the Women's Prize for Fiction and the Carol Shields Prize for Fiction. It's really good, guys. I can't say that enough. It is a family saga in the middle of the Sri Lankan Civil War. There are parts of it that are similar to factual events that happened. The war part is factual. Some of the characters take on similar personas of historical figures. The thing about that made it a 5-star, I do like the historical element as far as connecting to something that happened that is connected to a place in the world that I can, I'm a realist, so a place in the world I can at least look online and see on a map. A 5-star for me is the experience of reading it just makes me feel a connection to the characters, whether it's, I've had 5-star reads where it's been, I can't stand these characters and I want something to happen to bring them down a notch, or it's having an emotional connection to the characters, to the storyline, to something that happens in the plot. And I felt all those things with Brotherless Night. Another recent 5-star read for me was Independence, which I read right before Brotherless Night. And it was very similar themes and similar feelings related to the characters. I think that probably also influenced both of those books for me in a positive way, not in a huge rating way. Another 5-star read for me recently this year, actually last year, my 2 favorite books of last year that were 5-star reads was Let Us Descend by Jesmyn Ward. And that book, similarly to the books that I've mentioned, it's a historical time. The scenes in the book made me feel like I was in the middle of it. I still remember this. There's a part in Let Us Descend that, if you've read it, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's just that claustrophobia feel that brings up shortness of breath for me, just has a physical reaction to what's happening in the book. That's a 5-star read for me. It's also beautiful writing, as well as The Marriage Portrait by Maggie O'Farrell. We know Maggie O'Farrell is one of my favorite authors. It had kind of 2 different close timelines where we looked at the before the marriage and towards the end of the marriage. I felt that strong connection to the character, and Lucrezia, I think was her name. I felt immense hatred towards her husband and some of the other players in the book. And the events when she's trying to escape, it just feels like you're escaping. It has that feel to it. And again, beautiful language. Another 5-star read from last year was The Lost Year, which was a middle grade book by Catherine Marsh. And that book, I liked the connection because it starts in the pandemic, where a young boy is helping his mom take care of the great-grandmother, and just relating to the little boy that he has to help with this older person that he thinks he has nothing in common and can't learn anything from. And then having the historical timeline, learning about a new to me part of history that I didn't hear much about, the Ukrainian famine, and having 3 different perspectives of the famine. So 3 girls from different families and backgrounds and how the famine affected them directly. And then figuring out how it all connects, and the authors that are able to weave those tales together in a way that makes sense and keeps the reader engaged. That's what a 5-star read for me is. These are my 5-star predictions. I am going to read them within the next couple of weeks, and we'll do a follow-up video on my thoughts. I'll do probably a couple of in-the-moment reactions to the books and put it all together for you in a video. So we've got Revival Season by Monica West, Mame by Jessica George, and Evil Eye by EA Fromom. Have you read these? Do you have thoughts on these? Let me know in the comments. If you're new to my channel, thanks for being here. And if you've been here for a minute, really appreciate you. If you would like to support my channel, you can click the like and subscribe button, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.